balancing academics and personal life. Succeed without losing yourself. Create keynotes. Balance is not laziness. It's leadership. 2. You're not just a student. You're a human with a soul. Excellence without peace is a false victory. Forced is not a reward. It's a responsibility. Time management is life management. 6. Your mental health deserves a seat at the study table. 7. Saying no is sometimes the most productive thing you can do. You weren't born to burn out. You were born to build. Introduction. 4 paragraphs. There's a silent war going on behind every student's smile. It's not always visible. You won't see it on report cards. It won't show up on class rosters or transcripts. But it's there. It's the fight to stay sane while trying to stay successful. The pressure to perform while silently breaking on the inside. You sit in classrooms. You show up on Zoom calls. You submit assignments. But no one sees the exhaustion behind your eyes or the question screaming inside your soul, how long can I keep this up? We've been trained to believe that success demands sacrifice. That if you're not stressed, you're not serious. That sleepless nights and anxiety attacks are just part of the process. But let me tell you something no one else is bold enough to say. If you lose yourself in the process of succeeding, you didn't really succeed. What's the point of being top of your class if you're too burned out to enjoy it? What's the value of a degree if you lost your identity getting there? There's a better way. A way where you can still grind and still breathe, still push and still rest, still win and still smile. And this speech is about that way. I'm not here to tell you to do less. I'm here to tell you to do what matters most, and to do it in a way that protects your purpose, your peace, and your soul. Because real success is not just about getting ahead. It's about not falling apart while you do it. This message is for the ones who are tired, overwhelmed, silently struggling, but still showing up. You don't need another motivational quote on your wall. You need a mindset shift in your heart. You need permission to succeed without self-destruction. And today I'm giving you that permission. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about what it really takes to balance academics and personal life and succeed without losing yourself. Keynote 1. Balance is not laziness. It's leadership. Let's break the lie right now. Balance is not laziness. Taking care of your mental health is not weakness. Saying no is not failure. These aren't signs that you're falling behind. They're signs that you're waking up. In a culture that praises hustle and glorifies burnout, choosing balance feels rebellious. It feels wrong. You see people around you posting about studying for 14 hours straight, skipping meals, sacrificing sleep, and they're celebrated. But let me ask you something real. What kind of life are we building if survival is the goal and self-destruction is the method? Are we really achieving, or are we just enduring? Leadership isn't about how much pressure you can handle. It's about how wisely you manage it. Balance is the leadership skill no one teaches you. It's the skill of stepping back and asking, what's truly important right now? It's having the self-awareness to know when to push and the maturity to know when to pause. It's learning how to lead yourself before you try to lead a project, a career, or a future. When you choose balance, you're not choosing ease. You're choosing effectiveness. You're choosing sustainability. Anyone can sprint for a season, but it takes discipline to pace yourself for the marathon. Balance builds endurance. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters without losing who you are. Because if you're so focused on what you're doing that you forget who you're becoming, you're already off track. We think balance means splitting everything 50-50. It doesn't. Balance means adjusting. It means some days you'll study more and rest less, and some days you'll step away from the books because your body, mind, or soul needs to breathe. And that's okay. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be present, fully alive, fully human, fully engaged in the season you're in. Let's get practical. Balance means you schedule rest before you crash. It means you recognize that your brain works better with sleep than caffeine. It means you don't wait until you're broken to ask for help. Balance means knowing that time with friends, a walk outside, a good laugh, a slow meal, these aren't distractions from your goals, they're fuel for your goals. We were never created to live in constant overdrive. Even the strongest machines overheat. Even the most powerful phones need to recharge. So why do we expect our bodies, minds, and spirits to function without pause? Balance requires courage. It means you may not always impress everyone. You may not always have the highest score, but you'll have your soul intact. You'll still recognize yourself in the mirror. And that, my friend, is more powerful than any title, scholarship, or applause. Because here's the truth, a balanced life doesn't mean you've lowered your standards. It means you've elevated your strategy. It means you've matured enough to value not just outcomes, but overall health. You're no longer living for moments of applause. You're living for a lifestyle of alignment. The leaders of the future are not the most exhausted. They're the most balanced. They're the ones who know how to give their all without giving up themselves. Balance is not the opposite of success. It's the foundation of it. So today, give yourself permission to rest, to breathe, to laugh, to play, to reset, not because you've earned it, but because you need it. Balance isn't what weak people do. It's what wise people do. It's what healthy leaders do. It's what you must do if you want to finish this race with more than just achievements. You want to finish with yourself still whole. Balance is often misunderstood. Some people think if you're not overworking, you're slacking off. But that's a dangerous mindset. Balance is not about doing less. It's about doing what truly matters, with intention and wisdom. It's about knowing your capacity, protecting your peace, and leading yourself wisely. True leaders aren't the busiest. They're the most aligned. They know when to push and when to pause. When you prioritize balance, you don't become lazy. You become effective, strategic, and sustainable. You build a future that doesn't destroy your present. That's not weakness. That's leadership. Keynote 2, you're not just a student, you're a human with a soul. You were never created to be just an academic machine. You're a whole human being, body, mind, and soul. If you only focus on academics while neglecting your emotional, relational, and spiritual health, you'll end up succeeding on the outside and breaking on the inside. Your soul matters. Your peace matters. Your identity matters beyond your achievements. Don't just feed your brain, nourish your heart. Don't just chase grades, build character. Your humanity is not a distraction from your goals. It's the foundation for achieving them with purpose. Keynote 3, excellence without peace is a false victory. What is success if it costs you your sanity? What is excellence if it drains your joy, steals your sleep, and burdens your soul? You can win on the scoreboard and still feel like you're losing in life. Excellence is not just about output. It's about how you feel while producing it. If you're achieving without peace, you're chasing an illusion. True excellence includes both performance and well-being. It's not about pushing yourself into the ground. It's about building a life where you thrive, not just survive. Peace is the proof you're on the right path. Keynote 4. Rest is not a reward, it's a responsibility. Rest isn't something you earn after a burnout. It's something you build into your rhythm to prevent burnout. You don't recharge your phone after it dies. You plug it in before. Why should your body or soul be any different? Rest is not weakness. Rest is what fuels your next breakthrough. When you rest, you recover clarity, energy, and purpose. Make rest a part of your strategy, not your recovery plan. High performers don't run on empty. They run on rhythm, and rest is a sacred part of that rhythm. Keynote 5, time management is life management. Time isn't just a resource, it's the currency of your life. How you spend it shapes who you become. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. If you don't tell your time where to go, stress and chaos will decide for you. Managing your time isn't about cramming in more. It's about making space for what matters. Prioritize, plan, protect your calendar, set boundaries. Because when you control your time, you regain control of your life. And that's when real freedom begins. Keynote 6, your mental health deserves a seat at the study table. You can't think clearly when your mind is overwhelmed. You can't study effectively when your emotions are in crisis. Mental health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Your mind is the engine of your academic success. And like any engine, it needs maintenance. Talk to someone, journal, meditate, pray, unplug when needed. You are not weak for taking care of your mental health. You are wise. A strong mind doesn't come from ignoring your stress. It comes from healing it. Protect your mental health like you protect your grades. Keynote 7. Saying no is sometimes the most productive thing you can do. In a world that tells you to say yes to everything, yes to every project, every study group, every opportunity, the truth is saying no is a superpower. You don't have to prove your value by being constantly available. Not every request deserves your energy. Not every invitation deserves your yes. Saying no is not rejection, it's direction. It's how you protect your focus, guard your peace, and honor your capacity. Sometimes the most powerful way to grow is to say no to what distracts and yes to what truly matters. Keynote 8. You weren't born to burn out. You were born to build. You weren't created to crash. You were created to create. You were born to build something meaningful, a life, a future, a legacy. Burnout is not your destiny. Sustainability is. You're not here to crawl through life exhausted. You're here to walk with clarity, to run with purpose, to rise with vision. And that only happens when you live in rhythm, not chaos. Don't let a broken system convince you that burning out is proof of passion. Real purpose builds. It doesn't break. Choose the path that leads to wholeness, not just hustle. Evgang. Conclusion. Success without balance is a silent tragedy. It looks good on the outside, but feels hollow on the inside. Don't trade your peace for a GPA. Don't sacrifice your purpose for performance. There is a way to win without war in your soul. There is a way to achieve without anxiety. There is a way to succeed without losing yourself. And that way is balance. It starts with awareness, grows with discipline, and is protected by boundaries. The world doesn't need more burned out achievers. It needs more whole, healthy, wise, and joyful people who know how to lead themselves well. That person can be you. So go ahead, study hard, show up, chase the dream. But don't forget to sleep. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to breathe. Because the greatest project you'll ever work on is not your degree. It's you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. And most of all, thank you for choosing to succeed with balance, not burnout. The world needs what only you can bring. So bring it fully, bring it wisely, and bring it whole.